What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Tiara. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what I realized during Mercury's retrograde. So we are officially out of post-retrograde now. In the first half of April, those first 2 weeks, we were in shadow phase of Mercury's retrograde, but now we're completely out of it. So I wanted to make this video just talking about what I learned and what I realized during that period of time. And I'm going to reiterate a couple things because I know I talked about this in my last video, but just for those of you who are not caught up, I'm just going to explain really quick what Mercury's retrograde is if you're not familiar with it. Because I know on social media now, especially on Twitter, like a lot of people talk about it when it's happening. A lot of people attach this like negative connotation to it, and it's really nothing to be like afraid of, I guess you can say. So let me just explain really quick what it actually is. So we're all familiar with the fact that all of the planets rotate around the sun. So Mercury is the fastest planet. It moves faster than Earth. So at some point it seems like Earth is passing Mercury just because Mercury is going around so many times, but Earth is going a little bit slower. And basically what's happening is an optical illusion. So if you've ever been in the car and you are on the highway and the car next to you is like going or starting to move a little bit slower and you're like speeding up or catching up to them or passing them, and it looks like their car is going backward, that's basically what's happening up in the sky. So really nothing out of the ordinary is really happening. The planets are just up there doing their own thing like they always do. But if you're familiar with astrology, you would know that each planet kind of has major influences on certain aspects of our lives. So Mercury as a planet has a major influence on communication, on certain means of transportation, on some day-to-day tasks, and also a lot of our intellect. So when Mercury goes retrograde, a lot of people feel like things just kind of are going wrong or just not going as they planned it to go, and things just kind of feel like they're slowing down or just not going in your favor. Everything is happening according to plan. Everything is happening in divine order. So Mercury's retrograde is actually something put in place to serve us, is what I believe anyway. So Mercury's retrograde happens about 3 to 4 times a year. And the way I now translate a Mercury retrograde is basically if it seems like everything is slowing down or things are just maybe not going your way or according to plan, or maybe you have a little bit of brain fog, maybe your phone's acting up because of the communication channels, whatever it may be, it's the perfect time to slow down yourself. If everything else feels like it's slowing down, it means you probably should slow down too. Like, take a look at your life and really analyze and reflect on certain aspects of yourself, certain aspects of your life, especially if it's in a certain zodiac sign, like whatever is connected to a certain zodiac sign. So for example, this past retrograde was just in the sign of Pisces, so Mercury retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So it probably meant that you should have did some major reflection on your emotions, on your spirituality, and a lot of other things that are associated with the sign of Pisces. So I feel like I explained that pretty good. If not, you guys always ask me some questions in the comments. So I definitely did a lot of reflecting. I definitely slowed down a little bit because I did feel like I was moving a little bit too fast in life. Like some of us do feel like a lot of the times, honestly. Some of us move way too fast on a day-to-day basis. And one of the things I just love to do when I'm just trying to catch up with myself is just do some self-care and watch some YouTube videos. So my huge realization was actually sparked by a YouTube video. I will link the video down below if you want to watch it. It was basically a 21-day law of attraction challenge, and I believe the girl that posted it, her channel is called Renee Amberg. She posted this video doing the 21-day law of attraction challenge that I actually really want to do because I know for a fact it works. And I saw her manifesting more travel in her life, and she discovered like a huge blockage that kind of kept her in the past from maybe like manifesting other things in her life. And I realized that I had really similar blockage to her, and as soon as I had this huge realization, I journaled it because that's something that I actually really highly recommend you guys do during Mercury retrograde, and honestly all the time, because it's just good to get these things out on paper and to clear your mind. And writing things out is so powerful. So I named my journal entry Finding the Balance, and I had this realization on Thursday, March 14th, 2019 at 10:10 p.m. So I'm not going to read this to you because it's just personal. I'm just going to give you like a quick little synopsis of what finding the balance means to me. So I realized that as a person, I just need at least one day each week to recharge. Like one day each week to literally do self-love, some self-care, to do pretty much nothing all day and just relax my mind, reconnect with my spirit and my soul, do some meditation, do some reading. So in Renee's video, when she talked about her impatience getting in the way of her manifestation and also her taking inspired action, I realized that I kind of have a really similar aspect in my shadow self. And when I say shadow self, you guys, I mean just like that part of me that is not my best self. It's kind of the part of me that needs to be healed. It's the part of me that maybe has habits that have been instilled in me from conditioning, social conditioning, or maybe just trauma or anxiety, whatever it may be. But I realized that my impatience and my anxiety about certain things definitely does hold me back from manifesting. So when I am in the process of trying to manifest something, a lot of times I do take inspired action, which is great, and we should all be doing that. But the problem with me is that I overdo it. So I take inspired action and I think that I need to do so much in one day. I need to get so much done in one day in order for this thing to manifest. Or I need to get so much done in this day, and then the next day, and then the next day after that, and I just keep going. And I literally will plan out my week so that it's jam-packed with just productivity. And I do that basically to the point that I literally burn myself out. I find myself one day literally so exhausted, and then I get down on myself because I'm not as productive that day, or then I end up not being productive that day at all because I literally need the entire day to recharge. And then at the same time, I get so overwhelmed about all of the things that I do want to accomplish that I get to the point where I'm just kind of gonna ignore everything and pretend that I'm in this reality that all that stuff just doesn't need to get done right now. You know, I completely detach myself from that, and then I don't do anything at all. So the feeling of being impatient and also at the same time overwhelmed are two moods that my shadow self knows all too well. But the great thing about it is, now that I have become aware of that, I then integrated those aspects of myself and I'm not afraid of them anymore. Now if I'm trying to manifest something and I know I want to take inspired action right away, I'm not going to plan A, B, C, and D all in the same day or throughout the week. I can now analyze and think about the energy that goes into every task that I want to complete, and also know that it's okay that each task has its time to be completed. You know, it doesn't need to be done right this second or right this moment. It's going to get done. So it is okay to complete tasks in their time and in my time and my energy. So that's basically a quick little synopsis of what I journaled. And I also think it's a good idea if you are going to journal something during Mercury retrograde, or if you are journaling something because you're noticing some aspects of yourself that you don't want to be scared of anymore. You should end your journal entry with, "Thank you, Mercury retrograde, for helping me realize this." Because now you're acknowledging that the fact that Mercury retrograde is here to serve you. Anytime Mercury retrograde happens, it's for you. It's not happening to you. I say this all the time. So that was basically my realization, and I hope this in some way helped you or inspired something in you. And I want you guys to know and realize that your energy and your time are two very important things. They are. And they're so important that you need to realize in this realm that we live in, energy and time go hand in hand. You know, there's only so much time in the day, supposedly, even though, never mind, I'll talk about that in another video. And our energy does get depleted throughout the day too. That's why we need to sleep. That's why we need meditation. That's why we need food. But take care of yourself and make sure that you have enough of those things to do what you need to do and to manifest what you need to manifest. And I promise you, your manifestations will come into fruition when those two things are balanced. So that's pretty much it for today. If you guys realized anything during Mercury's retrograde, please comment down below and let me know. I love reading messages like that. You guys have no idea. You can also DM me on Instagram. My Instagram will be linked down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe, and like this video if you liked it. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this universe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.